All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. Um, just worked out and then dropped my protein all over the floor.
Oh,
You know,
nice. Oh gosh.
yeah.
What'd you
You know how
hit?
that goes. Today was a push pull day, so some chest, some traps, and a little bit of back and shoulders.
Nice. Good day. Good day.
Yeah, yeah. So right now I'm on I mean, I'm not a bodybuilder, but I'm like on a bodybuilder split where it's like push, pull, legs, push, pull, and then legs again.
Yeah, it's a good split. I've heard lots of good things about that. So I haven't run it personally, but I've done a similar split to that.
Yeah, for years I was doing push, legs, pull, legs, and then traps and shoulders. But uh, I restructured everything with the help of a couple of my friends, and so now I'm restructuring everything and getting everything dialed in um, to maximize output and results.
Nice, nice. Okay, hell yeah.
So, real quick, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so my name's Jasper. I've been kind of lifting for I've been into lifting since I was like 16 and I'm 28
Okay.
now. I just got into bodybuilding probably a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I'm getting ready for my third show. I'm about two and a half weeks out, so coming up quick. But I'll be doing a
Okay.
show in Arizona, and then I'll be doing a show in North Carolina in about 7 weeks. So yeah,
You said you live in North Carolina, right?
yes,
Okay. So you're going to be traveling back and forth.
yeah, because I've got family in Arizona. So originally, I wasn't going to do a show in Arizona, but because my family doesn't really, it's not their thing. So they've never seen a
Yeah.
show, my parents
Yeah.
at least. And which is ironic because they met in a gym. But my grandpa asked me, he's like, "Hey, are you gonna do that show in Arizona still?" And he's pretty old. And I was like, "Well, you're probably not gonna watch me walk down the aisle, but you'll watch me walk on stage." So
Hmm.
I'm doing a show in Arizona
Okay.
now.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then also real quick, just before we go forward, my name is Dre. This is the Dre Talks podcast. Sorry, the Dre Talks podcast. It is not the Drew Talks podcast. It is the Dre Talks podcast. I'm Dre. This is just a podcast where I talk to people who I want to talk to, people who I find interesting, random people that I've met or I might meet or that I've seen on Instagram that are motivating, inspiring. So at the end of the day, what this podcast is for is kind of like inspire people and let people inside the lives of people that I find interesting, Um, and it's sometimes it's scripted. Well, like I find questions to ask, or sometimes I just go off the cuff, just depending on whatever my ADHD brain helps me helps me do on the day. I try to make it like a Joe Rogan style, kind of just open conversation podcast. So I definitely make sure to find people that I want to talk to because I've done a couple interviews where like I just didn't know what to ask anymore after like the first 5 minutes. I was like, there's nothing here. So
Oof.
um yeah, I talked to a lot of comedians. I find that my niche is like comedians, MMA fighters, bodybuilders, and people that are interesting in business and entrepreneurship. So, just a little background for anybody that doesn't know. So I don't know. I don't even. I think I came across one of your reels on my for you.
Oh,
Sometimes I don't doom scroll, but like say I'm like in the middle of something. If I'm happening to scroll, I'll come across something that's interesting, and if you're like a gym person, those are pretty much the only people I'll follow now. Just gym people. That's what I'm interested in. So yeah, nice to meet you. I'm
nice to
Dre.
meet you as well. Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you.
Jasper.
So I haven't recorded in probably like since December, maybe December. The podcast scene is interesting for me. The people that a lot of the people that I want to talk to are people like in far places or people that are like up there, people like, I don't know, Jay Cutler, people like, Nick Walker. But obviously those people are hard to get to.
Right,
But
right.
also there's local people that I like to focus on, people like you who are out there doing the thing. And so you're you're pretty fit. You
Thank
make
you,
some
thank you.
interesting you make some interesting videos. And
Yeah, I'd be saying anything. I really do. I try and keep it transparent.
Yeah, that's cool though, you know. So just to kind of start, just some interesting stuff. And these are, forgive me, these are some chat GPT questions.
You're fine. You're
We'll,
fine.
we'll go with the flow as it goes. But what's something about you that people think they know but are completely wrong about?
I This is always an interesting question. So I would say the fact that I have a master's in communication, or that I'm like a
Okay.
yeah, or that I'm a huge nerd. A lot of people don't really expect that. Like they expect the weights, they expect the like me riding a bike. They expect that. But then I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, no, like I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan and I'm watching Invincible and I'm watching Black Clover and I think JJK and Attack on Titan are incredible. Or I went to school for 6 years and I have my master's, stuff like that. Also that I'm still a practicing Catholic. I know that's weird, but a lot of people don't
Why
expect
is that
that.
weird?
Well,
Why is that
because
weird?
they see the tattoos, and most I find like Christians or Catholics are like I'm like they seem I feel like I'm perceived as like public enemy number one because like I dance and stuff like that, and so when I'm like yeah no I did Lent and whatnot, they're like wait you did what, and I'm like yeah.
so
So those are a couple things people don't really expect from me, I'd say.
so on that, like, on that religious aspect, they always say, don't talk, what is it, don't talk at the dinner table, don't talk religion or politics, whatever, we're all adults. So a lot of things, something that people don't know about me, some people close to me do. I think people forget, and people find it very weird sometimes. So I'm Christian, but I'm Mormon. So Mormons are Christians, it's the Church of Jesus
Mhm.
Christ of Latter-day Saints. I'm like fully tattooed, right? But I'm a convert. I didn't join till like 10 years ago. And there was like a but I recently, I guess, my wife told me that there was a change in the church's policy on tattoos, and then now tattoos are accepted as long as they're not like open, I think, like openly defiant of the church, or like
Okay.
anything that's like conflicting to their message.
Yeah.
So I just found that out. That was pretty cool. So yeah, so people see me, they're like, "You're not Mormon," like, or people that know me, they're like, "You can't be Mormon. You used to do this or this." I'm like, "I've only been a Mormon for 10 years. I've made mistakes.
Only
Like, no big deal.
only 10.
Shit happens." You know what I mean?
Right, right,
Um,
and it's a different life. That was a whole different lifetime ago. So much stuff
yeah,
happened in
yeah,
10 years, like, so much stuff.
yeah. So, how you said you've been working out since you were 16?
Yeah, so I remember the very first exercise. My dad was really into working out. We had a garage,
Okay.
like a gym garage, and my dad would go in the gym garage and work out, and I really looked up to that. And I remember asking him, I was like, I want to learn how to work out. And I was probably like 13 or 14. And the very first exercise he ever taught me was dumbbell lateral raises. But he had to,
Ooh, I did
yeah,
those
I was,
today.
yeah. Oh, I love them. I love them, but I wasn't very strong. So he had to go get like the 2.5, like little plates. Cause I was like 12 or 13 or something like that. I was really young. And I remember getting ready for my first competition. Like that was the exercise I had to do was lateral raises. And I just thought that was very, I guess, poetic. But I dropped calculus in high school to join weightlifting. My first job
Okay.
was, yeah, I was, first job was in a gym when I was 16, or I was 17, I was 17. I've worked in gyms, I've worked in supplement stores. Like I've been doing this weightlifting thing. I've been in the weightlifting community for a really long time, and I love it.
So I've also been working out since around the age of 16. By the time I was 16, I already had a six pack, but I was also very lean. I didn't grow up underweight. I grew up just lean and thin. So I had a six pack by the age of 16, started taking some
Oh wow.
creatine, but I've been skinny. I was skinny. Sorry, I considered myself skinny for a long, long time. It took a long time to gain weight. By the age of 23, I was fighting in MMA as a licensed amateur, fighting at 145, cutting from like 162. I fought at 135 once. That was rough. That was hard because amateur in
Yeah.
California is same day weigh-ins. It's not a 24-hour window. You had same day weigh-ins. So you weigh in at 10 a.m. You're fighting by like 6 p.m. So that's rough, especially with no IV. So yeah, I know. I kind of I've been kind of like working out, since then. It's funny. I have two good friends, Ruben and Edgar. Um, Edgar has an app called Ordered Fitness. I post about it a lot. They've been kind of. It's crazy because in 2012, and we'll move on to you. I'm sorry for talking too much. In
You're good.
2012,
You're good.
I was a personal trainer. I was a new trainer, but I was in the best shape of my life, fighting, training people. I was I could do it all, right? And I was jacked. I wasn't huge, but I was jacked. And so I worked at Ruben's gym, fit from the ground up in Montebello, in California. And Edgar was a member there. And so I would teach him classes that he would take, I think. And Ruben was Edgar's trainer. And fast forward, that was 2012. Fast forward to 2026, Edgar was bigger at some point and he's losing a lot of weight. He like naturally, like no testosterone, no
Wow.
Ozempic, no Ozempic. And this guy, he's learned so much. He's a computer scientist, so he's learned so much from fitness, that like he's coaching me now. It's crazy how
Wow.
how the how the world, yeah, yeah, yeah. So he's coaching me now, and so I totally forgot where I was going with this.
I think
Oh,
like
okay. So
fitness, origin
I've I've
story. Yeah.
I've been in the fitness industry for a long time, but it's funny because he's been having me watch Dr. Mike's stuff from RP Strength,
Oh, I
and
love Dr. Mike. He's like
yeah,
one of my
yeah,
favorite.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, at one point he has a video where he's like, well, yeah, if you've been working out for like more than 5 years, like you're advanced. So I was like, Edgar, I was like, does that make me advanced? He goes, no, I'd call you like more of a
Intermediate.
beginner. Yeah, I was like, what? I was like,
Beginner's
what?
crazy. Beginner's
Maybe,
crazy.
maybe close to like intermediate. Just I make I I include training now that like I did when I was younger and stuff that like is outdated and going like high reps, low weight, just like junk volume, you know.
Right.
And so changing my workout every week and not staying on the same, what do you call that, mesocycle,
Yeah.
not staying on the same mesocycle for 3 months. So with the help of Ruben and Edgar, I made a plan for 14 weeks straight. We'll see how it goes. I've
Nice.
been
Oh
getting
yeah.
stronger. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to them. Let's get back to you. What This is a funny question. So oh, okay, so two questions. How tall are
Okay.
you?
I'm 5'5". So I
Oh,
would be
okay.
class B in bodybuilding, but I found out
You
I'm actually 5'5" and 3/4.
you look like you're 5'9". You're good.
I wish.
You're
I
good.
wish. I
It's
wish
the
I was the
angles,
Amazon.
huh?
I wish I was the
It's the
Amazon goddess.
angles. It's the angles.
So I guess so. Yeah. I wish I was an Amazon goddess. Everyone thinks I am, but I'm 5'5". That's it. A little over average height.
It's funny because there's like these bodybuilders like Dr. Mike. I didn't know he's only like I think he's a 5'5" too.
So most open bodybuilders, I believe, are 5'7" or 5'8" and below. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I made a post about like short kings because a lot of open body and I have no hate. Like trust me, I'll date guys that are like that are my height. I don't care.
Yeah.
Just not wearing heels that night. But most open bodybuilders and guys who are in the bigger classes are not that tall, and that's okay.
Yeah. 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 Do you know who Guy Cisternino is?
Not familiar.
They call him Quadro. So he was with
Quadro,
Blackstone.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah, because he's got quads for days. So he was a Blackstone Labs athlete, and I'm like one of their affiliates where like I have a code and all that. And so I
Mhm.
met him at a LA Fit Expo or something like that. And I was like, oh shit, he's short. But I mean, but also he's got quads, and that's why they call him Quadro. So yeah, so like I guess it kind of makes sense that you're 5'5". But now, so when you were like 13, you said you were doing 2.5 on the dumbbell lat raise. What are you doing now?
I could do probably 25 to 27 and a halfs for reps, I'd say, like nice clean reps. So it's a bit of a, I guess, add a zero on the end of the 2.5.
Okay, not
And
bad. That's cool.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's I mean that's pretty solid. I mean, I'm a 36-year-old man, and I could today I was maxing out at like 6 reps at 30 pounds.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
that I mean shoulders are, oof, you know,
I love
um,
shoulders. Probably, I don't know if
yeah.
they're my favorite, but they're definitely up there for sure.
I like traps. I'm like, I feel like a lot, not all guys, but a lot of guys want to have like those John Cena traps.
Oh yeah, like
Like
mountain
I feel like
shoulders.
hell yeah, like no neck, just all trap.
Yeah, no neck.
um, so during your journey, um, what's what's a moment that changed your life forever in fitness? What's something that just like blew your mind and changed your whole system and outlook on it?
So I originally was just gonna do one bodybuilding show,
Hmm.
and then I was gonna move on to. I had like a whole plan for 2025 because it was kind of like new year, new me, like not to be one of those people, but I was going through a change of identity, I guess. And I walked on stage the first time. I was not ready. I was not ready. I was not stage ready. I was not big enough. I was not lean enough. I did it naturally, which was very humbling. Mad respect for everyone that does it naturally. I'm not natty anymore, but I walked on stage the first time and the bug bit me. I was
Mm,
actually going to get back into MMA. I was going to get back into grappling. I wanted to try and do my goal for 2025 was to bodybuild, get back into fighting, and to learn how to ride bikes. And I walked on stage, and it just like the fact that I did it. And my first bodybuilding experience kind of sucked, to be honest with you. My first show was not a good one in terms of the people I invited and my experience and everything. Um, just for the record, almost everybody that showed up, it was incredible. I did have some problems with family. Like there was some issues there, and then I did have a not so good experience with a friend as well. But
mm,
walking on stage for the first time, even though I was not as peeled out as I could have been, it was an incredible experience. And the Gold Gym Classic, the second show I did, solidified that for me. And it just kind of changed my life. Like the bug bit me, and I was like, I don't want to get into fighting anymore. I'm gonna kind of take a step. I still ride bikes, but I am like, okay, I'm very selective of when I ride, especially once I start getting closer to show date because I don't want to
mm-hmm.
get hurt or anything. And I think just walking on stage really just changed my perspective a lot, and seeing everything that went up into that just like changed my life. So yeah, that's
That's
what I
dope.
would say like really got me into it.
That's dope. I used to ride. I've had 3 bikes, 3 sport bikes, crotch
Okay.
rockets, and I've been hit all 3 times.
I
Um,
haven't been hit yet, but I know it's a matter
yeah,
of time. It's not
there
a
is no
matter.
there. There is a saying about that, but it doesn't mean that it's gonna happen. Some people are lucky, some people aren't. Some people who ride a lot get uh, I I uh, I used to know this guy named Polo in East LA, and he had a bike shop. And I said, "Hey man, on that movie Biker Boys, they said that there are those that are gonna, there are those that have been down, and there are those that are go down that are gonna go down." I was like, "I've already been down two times. This is before the third one." I go, "There's already been down 2 times. Like, am I still gonna go down?" He goes, "Look, man," he goes, "the reality is, people who ride a lot, they go down a lot. It's just especially like in California and LA,
Oh
any
yeah, the
city or
traffic and
state where they
everything.
drive like idiots, you know. Um, but and then there was a third one. That's why I don't fight anymore because I suffered a brain injury from that third one. Um, but I love riding. Ugh,
It's so freeing. I love
best
it.
feeling
Oh
in the
my god,
world. Yeah.
I've got a crotch rocket and a cruiser, and I it's
Okay.
yeah, yeah, best of both worlds, I guess.
Do you so you mentioned you have a master's in communication. Do you work in the industry?
Not really. I've tried working I've tried working corporate. I am not a corporate person. Even the last one of the last jobs I had. It was corporate. It was for like a big company, and I just like I last a year. So I
Mm,
still do. I'm finding I use my communication degree now with social media and posting and doing more outreach
mhm.
and stuff like that. And I use my communication skills like here or at my nighttime
Yeah.
job because I'm constantly interacting with people and talking. And people are like, "Oh my gosh, you're really good at talking." And I'm like, "I went to school for
Hmm.
6 years for it. I hope I'm okay at it."
Yeah. Yeah. I will say you're pretty easy to get a hold of, pretty easy to talk to. You know, you're not like snobby. You weren't like, who the fuck is this guy? You know what I mean? So that's really
Yeah,
cool.
I try to
And
be.
it's funny because I went to college for computer engineering, thinking that's what I wanted to do. I should have gone to school for something like communication. That was I took like this nonverbal communication class. That was like one of the easiest classes I've ever taken. Not saying that the
Yeah,
major is easy, but I've always been good with like English, reading, writing, comprehension. You know, like when I was a freshman, I was writing like A papers like easy, just like money. You know what I mean? And for
right,
some
right. Just
reason,
can't do you.
because I was a an engineering major, they would make fun of liberal arts majors and stuff like that. And
Oh,
so
yeah,
I
I'm
was
used
like,
to it.
"Oh
I'm so used
no,
to it.
no,
Yeah.
English, no," you know. But those like that, English, politics, like those were like my best classes. Um, but I am planning to go back to school.
Hell yeah.
I
Hell
might
yeah.
be going the Dr. Mike route. So
Okay.
maybe a bachelor's in exercise science, and then maybe a doctorate in sports science. You know,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm trying to have people call me Dr. Dre. That's the real motivation. That's the real motivation. And
And you're like
maybe with
the PhD,
an app
PhD.
one day called Dr. Dre Fit, so that Dr. Dre doesn't sue me.
There
You
you
know.
go. There you go. That'd
Yeah,
be sick. That'd
yeah,
be sick.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you said you live in North Carolina. Is that where you're from?
So I'm originally from California.
Me what? Me too. Where?
Yeah, San Bernardino or I Rancho, the 909 Inland Empire.
Okay, girl. Okay.
Where are you
Okay.
from?
I'm from LA, like Los Angeles, a city called Highland Park. Shout out to Northeast LA. Whoop. Um,
Oh, that's I don't know exactly. I used
it's
to go out
by
that way all the time.
Pasadena, Altadena, downtown
Yep.
LA, Dodger Stadium. All my boys. Shout out to Highland Park. Let's go. Um, and okay, so you grew up in Cali.
Mhm.
Did you struggle growing up? Anything like that?
So I guess a lot of people don't really expect this either. I actually had like a really like I don't want I'm very lucky. I'm very blessed. I had a very good childhood growing up. I was a little chunky for sure. I've
Oh,
always
really?
struggled with, oh my gosh, yeah, I was the girl that took PE way too serious. But I was always kind of like chunky. I was always kind of fat. I was always kind of fluffy. I just had a hard
Mm,
time with eating. I still struggle with it sometimes to this day. But I was very lucky. My parents are like very hardworking. They provided a very good childhood for me. I'm very blessed. Like I'm very lucky.
mm.
People see like the tattoos and they hear what I do at night and stuff, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, she must have had like an awful childhood." And I'm like, "No, actually, like I'm just a weirdo. I'm just an eclectic
Oh, wait.
person."
What do you? Are you Batman?
No, I'm a dancer. I dance at night.
I caught that earlier, but I wasn't really sure which. Okay, you mean like
Yeah, no, I dance. Yeah, so I work at a
okay,
supplement store in the day, and then I dance at night,
yeah,
and then I also have a remote job. But most people hear I'm a dancer, and they're like, they make all these assumptions about me, and I understand. Like, trust me, I know what I'm getting into, and I when people are a bit more, they make assumptions or they're closed minded or whatever have you. Like, I get it. As someone who used to not dance, I would hear that probably like 10 years ago and
yeah,
be like, "Oh my
yeah,
gosh, like can you believe?" Like I get it. I don't judge people that judge me, I don't really care.
yeah.
But people see that and they think, "Wow, she must have had like, unfatherly behavior." And I'm like, "Actually, I have a really good relationship with my dad. I just do to keep my lights on, like to be completely honest with you." Um but I played a lot of sports growing up. Very good relationship with my parents. Um So I don't want to say I struggled because like that I feel like that would be like an insult to them when they
Yeah,
gave me
yeah.
they did a really good job. I think they did a good job.
That's dope. That's
So
dope.
yeah.
Uh, I had two questions. hopefully it's not offensive. Are
It's
you
not. I know I'm
Asian?
from Cali. I'm not going to get offended. I
Are you
promise.
Asian?
What?
Are you Asian?
I am. I'm half Filipino, half white.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So the city where I grew up, Highland Park, is next to a city called Eagle Rock, which has a huge Filipino community.
yeah. I know you rock. Yeah,
Um,
he's so yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've lived in Eagle Rock also. Shout out to the original Tommy's. Oof, I love that place. Have you ever had Tommy's?
I That's like a fast food restaurant, isn't it?
They sell like chili cheeseburgers.
Yes, I have. I have been to Tommy's
Oh
actually. Yeah,
my
they've got
gosh.
it's like a chain. Yeah, so they've got a ton of them
Yeah, it's a
out there.
chain. Yeah, yeah, all over LA. But yeah, shout out to Tommy's. Shout out to Eagle Rock. Damn, I had a question. I totally forgot what I was going to ask. It was about when you were growing up. Let's see. You mentioned your dad. You mentioned Dan. Oh, I was going to say when I was younger, you know, when I was fighting, I used to party a little bit, and I've been to a few places where there are dancers in my life, and I will say I've never seen a buff or a really fit dancer, ever, ever.
It definitely has. It's been very interesting becoming a bodybuilder and being a dancer for sure. They
Hey,
don't go as together as most people think.
but they should. Like, I mean,
They should. I agree.
you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I get maybe because I'm a gym. You know, I just recently started calling myself a gym bro. Maybe because I'm a gym bro, and it's like it only makes sense that that's like what a guy who tries to live a fit life would want to see. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
so
So I've noticed my posts that have to do with me dancing and kind of showing the crossover between the two, those typically do well because there's not a lot like fitness people don't really go to gentlemen's clubs, and gentlemen's clubs people that a lot of people that frequent those places don't really
aren't
go to
going to
the
fit.
gym.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. So they don't. And if like let's say a gym bro does go to the club, which is rare, it happens. It's rare though. Like we
Mm-hmm.
don't really go. I'm sure I don't know, but you don't really. I'm sure you don't really go out like because you're focused on your gains.
Mm-hmm.
When gym bros do come into the club, they spend their money on like gear and working out and hobbies and stuff like that. They're not gonna spend it on like me, like and that's okay. Like that's what
Yeah.
I've noticed is that's like one thing that has changed a lot. There's probably a 90 to 95% chance that if someone's going to spend money on me, it's because they are in the gym themselves.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I also don't go out because I'm sober, so that's another thing.
Right. That too. That
Yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah. Let's see. So what does your daily discipline look like?
So I typically on days where I'm training, like today, I changed it a little bit just because we're doing this whole thing, which is cool.
Yeah, I
But I
appreciate you.
get up,
Appreciate you.
of course, yeah. I get up, I take some of my supplements, do some coffee. I'll take right now my anabolics. I pose immediately from posing. I'll do my fasted cardio. From fasted cardio, I will take the rest of my supplements, and then I will have my pre-workout meal, go hit the gym. After the gym, I'll typically, but I'm there for like a while because we're doing high
I
volume
bet.
right now. Yeah, we're doing
Mm-hmm.
high volume, getting ready for the show, trying to maintain as much mass as possible. I've got fasted cardio. I'll probably yap it up with at least one person, typically speaking. So that'll take like a good, so I'll be at the gym for like 2, 3 hours. And then I'll come home, have my post workout meal, and then typically go to like one of my jobs or a meal prepping or just something along the lines of just kind of doing daily tasks and whatnot. And I try to
Okay.
be really big on recovery. So I try and
Mm-hmm.
get like
Good.
6 to 8 hours of sleep. That's
Mm-hmm.
integral to gains. So I'm
Yeah.
typically
Mm-hmm.
like in my bed, around like midnight, 1 o'clock.
Okay. So wait. Okay. So since you're a bodybuilder, you're in the fitness industry. I'm sure you won't mind this question. Let's see. You're 5'5". You're jacked. Let's see. What do you like?
Ooh.
135, 140.
Yep, 135, 135 right now.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Um. Let's see. What do you do when you don't feel motivated in the morning? You wake up, it's like 5 in the morning, you're like, "Fuck this, I'm out." What do you do?
I Ooh, it depends. It really depends. Sometimes I because so I'm pretty motivated in the mornings, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I just get the damn thing done. I'm like, okay, just do the thing. Like, just do it. Like, you're building. This is necessary. This is. I literally tell myself, because me and my friends have this saying, like, this is what makes champions. This is what separates people who are mid from the great. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's when I'm like having to hit heavy legs or something, that's when I like really got to dig deep. That's when I like start hitting the forbidden pre. Like,
Mm,
I'm thinking about stuff that's happened to me that just really boils my blood, or stuff like that, where I'm like, okay, it's time to hit heavy legs. Like, hit the damn pendulum squat. Get after it. But in the mornings it's not too bad, I would say.
yeah. Yeah, I hear you. You said forbidden pre. Did you mean that's what you meant, like by the dark thoughts, or you meant like a literal pre?
Oh, no, 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 no. Like dark thoughts.
I
Oh yeah, like come
was gonna
on.
say, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, let me get a scoop. Let me get a scoop of that.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Look at the old text messages. Yeah.
No, mine delete after 30 days. I can't do all
No,
that.
no, I like keep it locked up in a vault. So I'm going through like a bit of a legal battle right now, and I'll keep like the
Ooh.
papers. Yeah, I'll keep the papers in my car. And on the days where I'm like really, really not feeling it, I'll like look at them,
Mm.
and I'm like, okay, let's go.
You know what's weird? My last fight before that third accident, I remember it was like a weird day where like I tried to use like anger in that fight, and it didn't really work. It didn't
I
really
it's
work.
I feel like for something that's a bit more strategic, where you have to have strategy,
Mm-hmm.
if it's just pure power output, like weightlifting, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can use emotions, but if it's something where you
Mm-hmm.
have to have some sort of strategy or something like fighting, it's I you can't just, I'm gonna see red. Like, I don't think that's the best idea.
Yeah. 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 And then also, if I'm like upset about something in my life, I can't work out. I can't focus. Like
It
people,
depends on the thing. It depends on the thing for
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. It also depends on what it is, but like if it's something like say like a fight with my partner and like I probably I can't eat, can't sleep, can't work out, can't do none of that until it's like resolved. You know, like I can't have just in general, I can't have like any afflictions. Like my life needs to be like. I mean, and I've been through a lot, but like for me to like function properly, like I
Yeah.
just I guess that's a part of the ADHD brain or whatever. But also let's
Oh,
see.
I thrive in it. I thrive. Oh man, when I go through like a breakup or something,
Mhm.
like I'm so locked in. I'm like, you really think you think you're worth the crash out? You think you're worth the like
Yeah,
prep? Absolutely not. Like, I'm so locked
yeah.
in now. Like, thank you for it's I don't know if you're watching Invincible, but there's a quote by one of the characters where he's like, "This is good news, Mark. Like, this is good news," and it's like something horrific just happened.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What's a mindset you had to completely unlearn to get to where you are today?
Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. Don't
Unlearn.
like
No, unlearn.
unlearn. Oh, unlearn. Oh, well,
Like bad
I guess.
habits. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, okay. I think what I was going with that is like, don't do it out of spite. Like, I had to sometimes I would do stuff out of spite.
Mm.
I
Mhm.
would do things out of like hate, I guess.
Mhm.
And I remember I was talking to my dad actually, and I was like, yeah, like this thing happened to me, like with this person or whatever. And so now I'm into bodybuilding. And he's like, don't do it because of X, Y, and Z. Don't do it because you hate. Do it for yourself. And I was so like, it's kind of like you were saying with the whole fighting thing. You were trying to go into like that fight with anger. Anger will carry you for sure. It's a good motivator. And that's part of the reason like She-Hulk and Wolverine are like some of my favorite characters, is
Yeah,
because
yeah, 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 for
they use
sure.
their anger in a way to help people. But it will only take you so far. Like, it's like a
Yeah,
fire. It will burn out very quickly. Whereas if you do something that's more internal and whatnot, that will carry you a lot longer.
yeah.
I think another habit I had to unlearn was thinking it was making it a habit and making it a lifestyle, as opposed to just like hard will and discipline. Like, discipline is not going to carry you super far. It like having to fight, like, oh man, I don't want the cookie, like having to fight that will only take you so far. Whereas if you build habits and you build a lifestyle that's conducive to your goals, that's where you will succeed because now you don't think
Yeah.
about it. Now it's a habit as opposed to a choice. And once
Yeah, I
I
hear you.
yeah, once I start taking that approach as opposed to like you just have to power through it, you just have to want it bad enough because sometimes like you're a human and that's okay and you're going to make mistakes. Like I've definitely made mistakes this last prep for sure. And you learn new lessons every prep, but like having to learn that lesson of it's a lifestyle and it's a habit as opposed to like you just want it so bad. So that's what I
You
would
know,
say.
I'm like super into like motivation. Like I've always been super motivated. I'm super into motivation. I don't need motivation, but I like to watch like motivational stuff. Like just because it's better than like for me it's like okay well or I'll watch like bodybuilding videos as I work out, you know what I mean? Where they're like
Nice, nice.
they're just like they're just saying random shit, you know? And and it's not necessarily motivating, it's more like, like don't make excuses, fucking don't live in fear, shit like that. And it's funny because you're right. Like a lot of that, like, you hear people like say, uh like Eric Thomas, "Oh, how bad do you want it? Do you want it as bad as you want to breathe?" And then like normal people, like who aren't in the industry or into fitness, they hear that and they're like, "Oh, well, like damn, like I need to want it bad." But like you're right, it's more than that. It's, like how bad do you want it? Are you going to make a plan to get it? And are you going to execute that plan to finish through? Because I feel like a lot of us, including myself, like it doesn't matter how bad I want to be buff, like and jacked, I'm not buff and jacked as bad as I want it. You know what I mean?
Right,
Because there's more
right.
to it than just mental. There's the work, there's the consistency, there's the structure, there's the discipline, there's the food. And I was a trainer, like I mentioned, I was a trainer, and I know that food's the biggest part of it. But yet
It
sometimes I
really
don't
is.
eat right. It's just it's sometimes I'm lazy. Sometimes like I'll be in bed trying to go to sleep. I can't sleep, and my brain's like cookies or ice cream or like, and that's like for me, like that's the biggest battle. It's not the workouts, it's not the structure, it's not the waking up at 5:30 in the morning. It's when
It's the
I'm in
food.
bed and I've had a good day of food and a good day of protein, and I should be asleep. My brain's like racing, and it's like go get a cookie, And sometimes at that moment I get frustrated, and that's like the hardest moment for me because sometimes I can't fight it, sometimes I can't beat it. Last night I got up and luckily I only had some pretzels from Trader Joe's and like a protein bar from Kirkland. So not that wasn't as bad, but sometimes it's it's bad.
I
Sometimes.
understand, trust me. Like food is like the hardest part for me as well. It's tough. Like I've struggled with like eating disorders a lot of my life. Like still I struggle with it. And it's tough, trust me. And it's always at night. I've noticed that with anyone that's had like an eating disorder or not I'm not saying you have one, but it's
Probably
always at
do.
night. What?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said I
Yeah,
probably do. I don't know.
I don't think
Yeah.
so. Like I know for a
No,
fact,
probably
like
not.
I know I have one, but that's because I that's like
Yeah.
a lifelong struggle. But it's
Mm.
always at night, man. It's always at night. It's when those food demons come out. It sucks.
Best believe though, if I could, in a healthy manner, if I could eat In and Out and McDonald's triple cheeseburgers and McDonald's chicken nuggets and Domino's pizza, if I could eat that every day, I would.
Oh, same
In a
in a
heartbeat.
heartbeat.
In a heartbeat. In a
Yeah,
heartbeat.
and no doubt for sure.
And I've done it. And I've done it there. I mean, not like that, but like over the years, I've done something similar to that to where like luckily because I work out, like I don't get like fat, but I also don't retain my gains. You know what I mean?
Right,
So like I
right.
just stay stagnant. I feel like physically I'm at the same spot where I've been for the last few years, which is better than probably the average person, you know? But then I feel like that's also an excuse to where like I'm justifying, and then I'm just one of those people who works out to eat whatever they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you don't really make. I mean, but if that's why you work out, then that's why, and that's okay. Like I am never gonna judge somebody who's in the gym. I'm
Yeah.
never gonna like no matter what your motivation is. If your motivation is to eat like shit and look
Yeah.
mid because that's the physique you're gonna have if you eat like shit, unless you're running a ton of gear. In that case, you'll look a little bit better than
Right.
average.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You'll
yeah.
you'll look a little better than average while you eat your Dominoes, but you're never
Hmm.
gonna reach like a crazy physique unless you have like god tier genetics. If you have god tier genetics and you're running gear, then you can eat like shit and look incredible. But that is so rare. But if someone's just going to the gym because they want to eat bad and they just want to look okay, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Like at least you're going. You're going. Like, I get it. I used to be that person. Like I go to the gym so I can eat bad. Okay, yeah, sure.
But
That
I
was
mean,
me
at the
like
end,
7
I
years
think
ago.
like now I've gotten to a point where I'm like, nah, fuck that. I want to be jacked. Forget the junk food.
Right.
I want to be
Yes. Yeah.
jacked.
Now I'm like,
You know what I mean?
I want
I
to look
want to be
insane. I want to
jacked.
look
Like,
insane. Yeah.
um, are you open to talking about your gear?
100%. Oh, dude, I'm an open book. Like when people, no, I am. Because I would hate for someone to look at my physique and go, oh my gosh, like young, impressionable women or people who aren't aware and they look at my physique and go, I want to look like her because I've had that. And it's just not possible because I am on things. Like I am running stuff. So I'm super open about like everything.
Okay.
Like I don't like I think the only thing I'm not super open about is like I don't like talking about like my love life because I don't want to
Oh no,
give like
no, no.
people I don't want to give people that credit I don't deserve. But like when it comes to gear
Yeah.
or dancing or my mentality, I'm a super open book. But yeah, we can talk about my gear usage for sure.
Okay. Wait. I have an interesting random ass question, real quick. First,
For sure.
just a curveball. Since you mentioned dancing again,
Go
what's
ahead.
the biggest tip you've got?
I think it was like $300 or $400, and he expected me to do extras, and I was like,
Oh,
"Damn!"
oh, gotta
like,
go, dog.
"Ooh,
I think,
I'll hit a lat spread. Like, is that what you're looking for? Like a couple biceps.
unfortunately, I think every guy thinks that every girl that works at a club like that is easy and will put out for money. I think guys expect
Oh,
that.
dude, I get it. I get,
I
yeah.
think
People think I'm
they
super
just think
easy.
like, oh well, she's naked, so if I just give her a couple $100 extra, I'm sure she'll
No,
do what I
people. It's
want.
funny. People think I'm. I do get that. Like people think I'm easy. I think that's a misconception. And I'm like, bro, I'm so about the gym and about my gains and all about that. Like after I'm done here, I'm going to bed. Like I'm not going
Yeah, yeah,
like our
yeah.
bed, my bed by myself. Like no.
So that is something that's very different about you than probably any dancer I've ever met in my life. In my experience, probably 98, 99% of dancers that work at clubs are always intoxicated.
Dude,
Always.
no. I know I save my health for my
I
steroids.
know
Like
you no, I know you're not. I know
I
you're
don't,
not because you're
yeah, I'm
especially
not
because you're
drinking.
prepping. But that's
Yeah.
something that's different about you. I don't know if you've seen that when you're working, but like what I in the past I've seen, and I understand why they're always intoxicated because they're dealing with creepy ass guys that want to throw money at them for sex.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. No, it's sad. So I'm lucky that the club that I work at is not like that. A lot of the girls
That's
are
cool.
pretty well, a lot of the girls, we're not all like I'm lucky that not a lot, but some of the girls I work with are about their gains. Like
Oh, okay. So there's more fit
shout
girls.
out, yeah,
Okay.
shout out to Treasure, shout out to June, shout out to my friend Emerald. They're like they are about their gains, which is cool, or about their fitness, or they're in some aspect of that. Like Emerald is a massage therapist. It's
Okay.
cool. I do find that a lot of the girls though sometimes they're like, let's get fucked up, or like they're ordering like triple dippers from Chili's. And I'm like, dude, that would heal me right
Mm,
now. That would heal me. Oh my
right.
God.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah.
before we talk about PEDs, can you tell us your stage name?
No, Jasper is my stage name.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the
okay.
name I go by. That's the name I go by.
Okay.
Like it's just that's just the name I like to go by. The name Jasper actually I'm used to being called that because I had a Dungeons and Dragons character named Jasper.
Checks out.
So yeah. Yeah. So
Checks
I'm just used to
out.
being called that. Like I still tell people
Okay.
my real name and stuff. I don't really care though. It's like you can call me whatever you want. I'm gonna probably respond like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Jasper, my real name, Muscle Mommy. Like I'm gonna respond. I don't care. I don't care. I'm so like okay. Like life's so short. for me to get upset over dumb things. Like I try
Yeah.
not to get
Yeah.
too butthurt about like, especially when people hate on me on the internet. It's very rare, but like there was a guy the other day and he was like so mad at my tattoos. Like he woke up and was just like saw me and was pissed, and he was so mad about it. And
Oh, you were posting about it, right?
yes, and I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
thought it
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
I thought it was like the funniest thing because I'm like, dude, you have no idea who I am. You've probably never met me, or if this is a burner account for somebody else, like that's even more hilarious. Like it's like there are people literally dying out here, and you're upset because some random girl decided to get fake boobs and and tats. Like that's why you're upset. Okay.
So for that guy and all those internet trolls, the ones that are real and not the bots, but the real internet trolls that are actual people, real human beings, I call that low testosterone activities.
Oh yes, 100%. Low key for sure. That's the womanly behavior. That's some some high estrogen behavior right there for sure.
I know we're probably I don't know how much time you have left, but so what are
I
you
got time. I
taking?
got time.
Okay.
What am
What
I
are you
taking?
taking? Yeah.
So I am on Anavar, Motsy, and retatrutide. I actually pinned my Motsy and my Reta right before we jumped on here. I am not opposed to running heavier anabolics like Test or Primo or anything like that, but my coach won't have me run them. And I run whatever he tells me to run.
Yeah.
So
How many milligrams of Retta are you on?
right now I'm on 6, but I'm also like 2.5 weeks away. So we'll probably start to titrate down next week or like definitely peak week for sure.
When
So
I
the
when I
most, oh, go ahead, go ahead.
go ahead, you go.
So the most I've run is I think 8. I'll probably run 8 next week, and then that'll will probably come off after that. But that's just because like the deficit's so intense at that point. It's like, yo,
And if you're cool with it, in a couple of weeks, you might have to help me constitute a bottle of Retta.
oh, I got you, I got you. Yeah, I'll tell you how
Yeah,
much. I'll
yeah.
depending on
Um,
reconstituting is such a tricky thing. It's
I'm
the
really well. I've reconstituted BPC, but I'm sure Red. I don't know if Red is the same, different. You know what I mean? I know it's going to be somewhere else. So yeah. So I'm hoping that when the Reddit time comes in a couple of weeks, I'm hoping that helps with that nighttime cookie monster mentality.
oh,
I
it
really
goes
hope.
away. It goes away
I really
completely.
hope.
Yeah, it goes away
Um.
completely. Really shuts off the food noise. It's honestly probably my favorite compound I've run.
So for the VAR, 10 milligrams.
Yeah. I did
That's
5
normal.
my first week. Oh yeah, 5 my first
Yeah.
week, 10 or 5 my first 2 weeks, and now I'm up to 10 for the next like I would say like 4 to 6 weeks. I think honestly, when women start to get their body fat percentage super duper duper low, honestly, you should be running PEDs. 100%.
Hmm.
You're so much healthier. You feel so much better. The experience is just way better. It's healthier. It's safer in my opinion. I know women that will literally talk shit on gear, and I'm like, I've done a show naturally, and I've done a show on gear, and the show where I was on stuff, I felt so much better. I looked better. I
Yeah.
felt better. Every aspect of it was better, and that
Yeah.
was just from like a like hormonal aspect of that.
Yeah, I think honestly, like I think all sports at the pro level, like if you're getting paid millions of dollars, I think they should all be allowed to be on some form of PEDs, like maybe monitored by a doctor so they're not gonna kill themselves. But like it does for me, it doesn't. It's never made sense, especially like now guys in the UFC are on gear. They cycle
Oh
on, they
yeah,
cycle off. They know how to do it to not get caught. Some of them get caught randomly, but like I think it's really stupid. Like being on testosterone isn't gonna make you knock a guy out. You know what I mean?
no, it definitely
Um,
does give you an advantage though, for sure.
yeah, but if they were all on, if they were all out and they were all on it, like nobody would have an advantage. Everybody would just be a little bit better as far as recovery and health quality. You know what I mean?
Right,
Um,
right.
and it's funny. From what I've seen on Instagram, I'm not like a scientist yet. Maybe
Yeah,
one day,
yeah.
Dr. Dre.
Trying to
Maybe
get
one
that
day.
doctorate, trying to get that
Um,
doctorate.
it it seems like 10 milligrams of VAR is like the sweet spot for women. Like obviously you work
Yeah.
hard, obviously, but I feel like from what I've seen over the years, that's like the sweet spot. Like I'm jealous.
Just
Like that's all
because
you
there's
need. I'm
yeah, just
jealous.
because there's muscle. Well, no, and I'm jealous of guys. Like I'm jealous of guys. Like you guys can run so much more. Like I'm a big advocate for even like men just running tests, like even if they're not super duper active, because it just improves your quality of life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
depressed, if you're having a hard time losing fat, if like your energy levels suck, 100 to 200 milligrams of test will literally change your life.
Yeah.
Why would you not do that? So for women, and I always explain this to people, for me to run tests, the most like a normal beginner cycle for a man is, I would say, 100 to 200 milligrams of test per week, right?
Hmm.
For a woman, the most I could run without hitting the virilization process, aka turning into a man, is 5 to 25 milligrams a week.
That's
It's
nothing. That is
nothing.
nothing.
Nothing. Exactly. It's insane to me. So, like, men look at me and they're like, that's all you need, 10 milligrams of Anamar. That's it. That's so crazy. And I'm like, I wish I could even touch a bottle of test. If I look at a bottle of test, like my voice gets super deep in it. And I'm like, not trying to do all that, you know?
It's funny because, like, if we're talking what do you call that, black market or gray market, or like not prescribed,
Right.
I've only ever seen 250 milligrams of test and 300 milligrams of test. So like uh so when I'm assuming when guys take like 100 to 200, they're just taking half or a third of
Yeah,
whatever
like 50.
that
Yeah.
yeah,
Like you would do 25 units.
maybe
If it was a
half a
200,
cc.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So like for you, 25 would be like one, like point 0.1 cc of a 250 milligram vial. You know what I mean? Like
I've
that's like
seen
this
bottles.
much. It's like this
I know it's
much.
like 1 unit. I've
That's
seen bottles that are
crazy.
like, yeah, I've seen 100 milligram bottles. I've
Have
seen
you?
those. Yeah, yeah. So those would be a little bit
Interesting.
easier if I were to use it. But my coach won't even have me touch test. Like
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
flirted with the idea. I'm like, what do we think? And he's like, no,
Do
like
you
straight up.
have you
Because
done labs recently?
not recently, not in the last like month or so, but I did labs before I jumped back on bar, and everything's normal. Everything looks good. Like no
What
issues.
did you
What's my
did
test
you
at?
check your test? Yeah, what's your
Oh
test at?
yeah.
What is it?
I think it's at like 32.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
low. It's just average. It's just like a
I
little
mean, you're
below
a
average.
woman.
Yeah.
It shouldn't, it's
Yeah,
perfect.
it should,
Yeah,
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 yeah. I
yeah,
think normal
yeah.
test levels
Okay.
for women are between like 5 and like 90.
Now, I wish, it's funny because people say like testosterone is cheating or that it's a drug, it's dangerous, and like you're
Yeah, like
mentioning that most guys should be on tests, especially now with like the trash food, the microplastics, the poor sleep, the partying, all that. Like a lot, especially even younger guys, it's crazy. But it's funny because as much as people like what do you say, they stigmatize it, as much as they like
oh
talk shit about it, it's also not like a magic pill because like my like right now mine, I'm at like 930, right? But
right.
I'm not jacked, but I live a pretty good life. I can work 55 hours a week, no problem. I have like I'll have caffeine one time a day, just in the morning. That's it, no crash.
Yeah,
Sometimes I sleep good, sometimes I don't. I have sleep issues that go back to my TBI. But other than that, like I'm not like snapping on nobody. I'm not beating people up in the streets. You know what I mean? Um,
yeah, yeah.
and so I mean, I will say like for anybody that I'm not a doctor. Don't take my advice. But like if you are a man and you're struggling, you can't sleep, you're gaining weight, you have a big belly, you sleep like shit, you feel like shit, you're crashing all day, go to the doctor.
Go to therapy
Get a
clinic.
hormonal
Yeah,
lab. You know what I mean?
yeah. I
Get your
agree.
stuff done. Find out because you know I feel like our world, our country, I feel like our country would be so different right now if every man in America had like a 900 level test.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine.
Talk about a superpower. We would be the like
That'd be insane. That'd be
the,
insane. I'm here for
imagine
it. I would love it. I would love it. I'm here for it.
imagine
But
like you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
that'd be
uh, and
insane.
I mean like I was talking to my friends last night. We were like talking about all that because I'm on enclomiphene right now,
Uh-huh.
um, and I was like, hey man, like if taking something for now is gonna keep me happy, I'll take that shit for the rest of my life if I have to. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like, but if I can get it back naturally, like with good sleep, good food, and like less microplastics, I'll do that too. Shit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I'll do a combination of whatever keeps me at, at the highest level for the rest of my life. Like
Yeah.
like I know what, like in 2024, I think I tested at like 359. I felt like shit. And I was still
Dude, yeah,
working
that's
out 5 days a
so
week, waking
low.
up
Yeah.
early and still going to the gym, still working out somewhat hard. Um, but I could feel the difference today. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't
Oh
trade. I
yeah.
wouldn't. Obviously, testosterone isn't a competition, but we need it. We operate best with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
And
I
uh,
agree.
so, let's see. What's the most controversial thing about bodybuilding you've seen or learned?
It is it's not healthy. It's not
Oh
healthy.
yeah, yeah. It's
It's
not.
not a
Yeah.
healthy sport, okay? Like I would say either it's not healthy, that or controversial is I mean, this is a hot take. A lot of
Give me your hot
people
take.
okay,
Two
okay.
hot
I
takes.
mean,
Two hot
okay,
takes.
okay. I think a lot of like and I see this more with women than with men. Just because you hold fat in your lower body does not mean you're a wellness girl. And just because you hold fat in your upper body does not mean you're a figure girl. I'm sorry. Like, I'm so sick of people coming into the space who've been lifting weights for like a year or two being like, I'm going to do figure next year. And I'm like, no, you don't have the muscle maturity. You have not, you are not like, and I've seen people who look like absolute like dog shit walk on stage. At that point, I understand that's a for the principle thing. It's not because you're trying to be competitive,
Mhm.
it's for the principle, which is fine. That's fine. But I find it super insulting when a woman who is like who's only been in the fitness space for maybe like a year or two is like, yes, I am on the same platform as you. I'm going to walk on stage with you. And I'm like, why? How do you look at yourself lifting weights for maybe a year or two? And then you look at a physique like mine or someone who's been in the fitness industry for a while and go, yes, we are the same. And you're not on gear. You're not running anything. You're not willing to run anything. No, like you don't have
Yeah.
the muscle maturity. You don't have the muscle maturity. Like this is like a lack of self-awareness. Like who's and I've noticed what a lot of trainers do. This is what a lot of coaches do. A lot of coaches, they throw their girls, like they take someone who is like just severely grossly overweight or out of shape and they go, you're going to walk on stage in 8 months. And they throw the girls on tests. They throw the girls on like a hella gear and make these promises and it's like there's no shortcut to this. All the
Yeah.
gear
No.
I
Yeah.
know I know people who have done that and it takes a severe toll on their health and they still don't walk on stage. And I'm
Yeah.
kind of tired, like, and I get it. The sport is not healthy. It's not. It really is not. But like, it's like to me, that's like something that's pretty upsetting. And within bodybuilding, it's just like this like delusion. Like I'm like, yo, can I
Yeah.
can I jump on that? Because I would be a much happier person if I was that delusional. Because I look at my physique
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Right.
you can look so much better. You can look so much better. Every day I think that. And I'm like, this is not healthy. I'm like,
No, you look great though. And
thank you. Thank
sidebar,
you.
sidebar. If I could take for the next 3 months, right? Hypothetically, if I could eat cheeseburgers, pizza, hot dogs, chili cheese fries, take 300 milligrams of test and Deca, and get fucking completely jacked with no side effect to my sleep or my mood or my libido or my temper, I would I would sell my
Heartbeat.
soul in
Heartbeat.
30
Oh,
seconds.
me
Not even
too.
think about it.
Yes.
But obviously, I'm not trying to get man titties. I'm not trying to beat nobody up. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
So there's always takeaways from everything. Let's see. What's your long term vision? Like 10 years out?
10 years out, I would definitely like a pro card.
Okay.
Definitely, I would love a pro card. I just want to be, honestly, part of the reason I like having a platform is the same reason as you. I'm trying to spread awareness. I'm trying to entertain people. I'm trying to inform people. I'm trying to inspire people. That's
Yeah,
why I
yeah,
do it. It's like I get so much enjoyment out of when people come up to me and they're like, I saw you online and you inspired me.
That's
And
right.
that makes my day. Like it really does. Like it's cool when people think I'm jacked. It's cool when people think that, but honestly, it's when I inspire people. And that's what I would like 10 years from now. I would like a pro card and I would like a space where I can like a brand essentially. I don't really see myself working with a lot of brands currently. I don't really see a lot of sponsorships because it puts you in a box. You have to like watch what you say.
Yeah.
You have to dot your
Mm-hmm.
I's and cross your T's. And I don't want to do all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want my own
Yeah.
brand where I can say what I want and do what I want and be myself organically and not censor myself.
Yeah.
And if someone like I'm at the mentality now, if someone doesn't like what I have to say or someone doesn't like me, that's a you problem. Like I'm not hurting you. I'm not doing anything. Like that's something that you got to deal with. And I would hate to put restrictions on myself in that way. So 10 years from now, I would like my own brand. I would like a couple like business ventures. I would like to have a pro card. That would be super sick.
Okay.
So that's what
All
I'm saying
right.
10 years from now. Yeah.
All right. Now I do gotta wrap up just because I gotta go pee. Ah, I gotta go
No,
pee.
my
Too much
laptop is
water.
dying. My
Okay, cool.
laptop is dying.
Last thing. Last thing. Be honest. All right. All right.
Always, always.
Is your name in the Epstein files?
I can't tell you. No, of course not.
Oh, yeah. And what's the wildest DM you ever received?
I'm a dancer, bro.
Oh,
Like,
oh,
I get the works, man. I mean, like, I people tell me they would like feet. Like, I've gotten just people asking me for feet pics. People asking me for
that's not
people
that
just
crazy.
no. But I've had people like weird requests, like just completely out of pocket things. Just I can't think off the top of my head what the weirdest thing is, but like just like I got stories, man. This is a longer. This question's got a bit more to it than like just it was this. I've got some weird DMs.
When's your show?
May 2nd is my first show, and then I'm doing the June 13th show in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Maybe we can run this back after those two shows. We'll come
That'd
back
be
again
sick.
because we got a
That'd be
lot.
super
We
sick.
still got a
Yeah.
lot to. We still got a lot to talk about. In June, I'm going to Nashville for the. It's like a. It's weird because it's a fitness show, but it's like a. It's called Music City or some. So
Heard
it's
of that?
something, but it's in Nashville in June, so I'll be going to that. And then maybe how far is North Carolina from Alabama? Is that far? Um, Hey, you have Gold's Gym in North Carolina, huh?
Oh, there's gold gyms everywhere. Oh yeah. Oh
Bro,
yeah.
I, I'm a diehard Gold Gym guy.
Me
LA,
too. I
LA
love.
Gold Gym. LA sold those Gold Gym franchises to EOS Fitness, to like a Planet
Oh
Fitness style, $10 a month style gym.
damn.
Yeah. The only one that's still Gold's Gym in LA is the original, the one on
Venice is
Venice, the one that Arnold owns a
the
part of.
mecca. The mecca.
The Mecca. Yeah. Shout out to the Mecca. Shout out to Gold's Gym.
Shout out to
It
the
was
mecca.
really, really dope talking to you. I appreciate you. We're going to run this back for sure.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah. Down.
Tell everybody how to find you if you want them
Uh,
to.
of course, yeah. My handle on Instagram is Jasper Flex Appeal. You can find me on Instagram. I've got TikTok, same thing. Yeah, you can DM me. I'll probably answer. Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, it was dope talking to you. Good luck with everything, and we'll talk soon. All right.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is the Dre Talks podcast. Let's go.